Subscribe and click the notification bell to stay updated with the latest videos from School of Technology, Management and Engineering and MIMS Indore.
A very good afternoon to ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Chief Guest, respected Director Ma'am, Associate Dean STME, Faculty Coordinator NUSC, all the faculty and staff members, and our enthusiastic audience. I, Ashi Patni, take immense pleasure in extending a very warm greeting on behalf of NMIMS, School of Technology, Management and Engineering family in Indore. Allow me to welcome you all to the session on gender sensitivity. NMIMS Indore is a complete package of learning, fun, culture, literature, and many such life-preaching activities. Here, the lively environment is filled with countless learning opportunities. The School of Technology, Management and Engineering has been the strongest pillar of NMIMS Indore since the very beginning. STME was founded in the year 2017 on the principles of imparting quality education to students and grooming them to be the practitioners of what they are taught. Taking this day on behalf of Student Council, I would like to express gratitude to the university authorities and thank them for the continuous support and guidance they have provided. Now, I would like to introduce our Honorable Director Ma'am, Dr. Prachi Gharpure. Dr. Prachi Gharpure has over 3 years of decades of experience in teaching and academic administration. She completed her master's in computer engineering from VGTI and PhD in technology from SNDT. During her career path as SPIT, she has grown up to take the leadership position of heading the institution as principal. Some areas of her interest are modern day technology, computer programming, object-oriented analysis and design, and her areas of research are e-learning and software engineering. Ma'am has numerous national and international publications and research. Apart from this, Adela ma'am is much closely connected to our students. Ma'am, we invite you to welcome our guests and audience and illuminate us with your precious words.
Thank you, Ashi. A very warm good morning to one and all. I am so honored to have Dr. Kiran Bedi on our platform today. On behalf of NMIMS Indore campus, all the faculty members, all the staff and all the students, ma'am, I welcome you on NMIMS Indore platform. We are really honored to have the person of the stature who is the highest ranking, first and highest ranking officer and a technocrat herself and a very, very effective leader on our platform. No other person than Dr. Kiran Bedi to discuss the issue that we have chosen for discussion for today's session. We all talk about gender equality a lot in general. But before that, I believe that before we could even start thinking of implementing gender equality in true sense, our first step is to build a community, a society who is gender sensitive. And hence, to my mind, coaching or guiding all the generations, and especially coming generation, about gender sensitivity is one of the prime tasks that we all have to do. Any organization, if they want to achieve a sustainable growth, it is mandatory, it is organic for them to think about gender sensitivity. And they need to organize and train their task force towards it. They need to coach them towards this. There has to be processes which will allow an organization to create policies, processes which will allow the people, which will allow them to create processes towards this important issue. So let's hear from the expert, Dr. Kiran Bedi. I welcome you on NMIMS Indore platform. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. Welcome to you, ma'am. Thank you, Asha.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your gracious words. Today, the topic for session is gender sensitivity. And to share her views on this, we have none other than Kiran Bedi, an Indian social activist and the first woman to join the Indian Police Service. Let us watch a short video that we have created for ma'am's introduction.
Introducing Dr. Kiran Bedi, social activist, truly an icon of heroism. India's first and the highest ranking woman officer in the Indian Police Service. Asian Nobel Peace Prize winner, India. Dr. Kiran Bedi started her formal studies in 1954 at the Sacred Heart Convent School in Amritsar. She participated in the National Cadet Corps. At the time, Sacred Heart did not offer science. Instead, it had a subject called household, which was aimed at grooming girls into good housewives. When she was in class 9, Bedi joined Cambridge College, a private institute that offered science education and prepared her for the matriculation exam. From 1970 to 1972, Bedi taught courses related to political science as a lecturer at Khalsa College for Women in Amritsar. Later, during her career in the Indian Police Service, she also earned a law degree at Delhi University in 1988 and a PhD from IIT Delhi's Department of Social Sciences in 1993. Dr. Kiran Bedi has served in difficult assignments ranging from New Delhi traffic postings to Director General of Narcotics Control Bureau to a United Nations delegation where she became the civilian police advisor in United Nations peacekeeping operations. She was awarded a UN medal. Some of the programs that she initiated included detoxification programs, Art of Living Foundation prison courses. She also won the 1994 Raman Magsaya Award and the Jawaharlal Nehru Fellowship to write about her work in Tihar jail. Her last appointment was of Director General of India's Bureau of Police Research and Development. This great lady is also a member of the Indian Against Corruption along with Anna Hazare and Arvind Kejriwal. For her outstanding work, Dr. Kiran Bedi has received a number of awards such as Lion of the Year in 1995, Pride of India 1999, IIT Delhi Alumni Award 1999 to 2000, United Nations Medal 2004, Mother Teresa Memorial National Award for Social Justice 2005, Most Admired Woman in Country 2006, FICCI Award of Excellence for being an Outstanding Woman Achiever 2008, L'Oréal Paris Feminine Award for Social Impact 2014. University dignitaries, faculty members, and dear students, please welcome Dr. Kiran Bedi.
To such a prestigious guest, we extend our heartiest welcome. I now request the audience to drop their questions, if any, in the chat box to the host. Ma'am, please enlighten us with your words of wisdom.
Let me begin by saying thank you. Thank you to the entire School of Technology, Management and Engineering, Indore. I wish we could have met in person, but saving time and economy of scale, we decided to make it to a webinar. Thank you so much for accommodating this request of mine to make it online. Thank you, children. Thank you, students. I believe you got, how many students do you have, Madam Prachi Garpure? How many students do you have on rolls today? Your mic is... Prachi, please unmute. Switch on your mic.
Ma'am, you are speaking on mute.
Yeah. How many students? No, your mic is off. Prachi? Yeah.
We
Now-
have 102 students participating today. Our college strength is actually almost the same. So I believe it's almost 100% attendance from Indore. And I believe we have some external participation as well, besides our faculty member and myself.
Okay. So can you ask the people to switch on their mic, sorry, switch on their cameras, because I want to do an eye contact. I want to see the faces I'm connecting with. Otherwise, they're all blank screens,
True.
but I can read their names. Can they switch on the mics? Sorry.
Hopefully your bandwidth will permit. Please switch on your cameras.
Cameras, the bandwidth permits. You're a technology management institute. Please remember that. I've seen such colleges, enough of bandwidth for the cameras to be on. Mic can be in the chat box where you ask a question, because this way it helps us to connect with the facial expressions, whether they're receiving the message right or not. So it helps me meet people. It gets to see them. So I can understand that they all must be sitting in their personal rooms, but then it's okay. So am I sitting in my personal room? We're not all in studios, are we? I'm in my own just room. See, there's a blank wall out behind. I've not posted anything there. I like the wall which is blank because it emits light. The white wall gives you light of the day. So can your cameras be on, please? Then I will be able to connect more. See, the full gallery is now already on. And see, I see the young faces. Now I see many young men as well. So I was thinking it's only girls. Now this side also we need to have. So 2 more minutes and please switch on your cameras before I start chatting with you. I'm waiting for you to switch on your cameras. I always insist whenever we have institutions like yours attending, if they're really present here, then they better have the camera on. It doesn't matter how well comb your hair are, because everybody's conscious of my hair and hairs, whether I've combed my hair well. You're all looking nice, you're looking handsome, and you're looking beautiful. So can your more cameras, otherwise they're not present. Anybody who's not switching on the camera is not present. But the name is there, so you can mark them absent. Good. I'm seeing the difference that they're all switching on their cameras. 2 more minutes, and I think you'll have your gallery full. And then I'll send you a screenshot of how your gallery is full. Otherwise, and I will send you a screenshot of who've not switched on their cameras. So 2 more minutes before they get photographed. And I'll send it to the principal in the school that they just switched on their name, but were actually not present. So far, I see half of you. I see half. I see only half of you present. So if ma'am principal said you got 100 plus, I think by and large you only have 50. Others are on a listening watch or they are not physically present. They've just switched on their name, but they're not present. I'm going to take a screenshot and show you the shot. You like the idea? I take a screenshot and show you the shot.
I request everyone to kindly switch on their cameras.
And I would request the principal to please note who are not present, because this is not sincerity to the class. If it is an academic class, then this is lack of sincerity to the class. They're just showing that they're present, but they're not there. We don't have to connect on the video or audio. Just switch on your videos.
Will do so, ma'am.
Yeah, please do. Now I'm going to mention the names of those who are not switching on their cameras. So if you don't want your names to be mentioned, please switch on your cameras. And if you're not listening to your names, which means you're not even present there, you're not even listening. The first rule of a student is truth, to be honest and truthful. That's the first rule of any academics, is to be truthful. All right, the names who are there but not present are Rajiv Srivastava, Abhijay Paliwal, Avi Sharma, Agya Jha, Hardi Chaudhary, Ayusha Sardar, whatever they are, pura naam nahi, Avisha Vijay Nair, Darshika Ajmera, Mahima Tanwani, D. Sharma, Kabir Kant, Siddharth Jain, Varnika Singh, Arpita Gupta, Hardeep, Garvit Mishra, Vedant Mandloi. I don't see their presence. That means they are not there. Rest of you all got it. Let's see the others. Good. Vedant Mandloi, Garvit Mishra, Hardeep Kali, not present. Rajiv Srivastava has joined. Vedant Mandloi, Yushishta Tanwar. Now, it's a very good attendance. It's improved ever since I mentioned the names. They've seen their names, they've started to appear. But obviously, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14.
14 are still missing.
Yeah. Would you like to put these names on the notice board, ma'am, tomorrow?
Yeah.
That they had switched on their, they've shown the name on the screen, but not found on the thing. They've got it. Somebody said, Vedant Mandloi says, I have issue with the camera. I can understand that, but if those names, let them answer you. I think they owe it to the college, isn't it? Because when you invite a guest, it's important that the guest gets heard. Otherwise, what's the point? I have better things to do too. And if you got better things to do, then please switch off your camera as well, and don't be there. Yash Patni has just joined. Your hair are fine, Yash, don't worry. So anyway, I think the rest of them are not present, which means that they are just showing that they're here, they're not. Note down their names, take a shot. Can you please take a screenshot?
Yes, ma'am.
And what you can do is post the screenshot on the notice board of those who were present and those who were not present, right? Palak Pahuja, Harsh, Abhijay Paliwal, Avi Sharma, yeah, Hardeep Chaudhary, Arpit Gupta, Varnika Singh, Garvit Mishra. Now, these are those people, I think, not present. You got your screenshot before I move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Ashi, have you taken the screenshots?
Yes, ma'am. Me and along with my team, everyone has taken screenshots, so we'll get a better view.
Okay, good. You got, so what would you do? Are you head girl?
No, ma'am.
Who's the head girl or head boy?
Yes, ma'am. I'll take their names to the director, ma'am, and she'll take strict actions against them.
No, I suggest put them on the on the notice board. Do you have a notice board?
Yes, ma'am, we have.
I suggest don't only take the names, put them on the notice board.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Saying this is what the speaker requested, that their names be recognized or identified, other faces identified. Okay,
Yes,
that's
yes,
a good. That's always a good thing.
Yes.
See, those who, despite that, are not here. This is a screenshot. Take a screenshot. I will also mail it to them. All right, let's begin with what purpose we came up for. You've asked me to speak on gender sensitivity, and you've asked me to speak on gender sensitivity. Also means obviously that something is holding women back still, or they're still in doubt, or they're still concerned. They do not feel confident that they are equal, or that they are not getting equal opportunity, or they're feeling hesitant, or that their families are not treating them as good as their sons, or as powerful, as brave, as worthy, or as value. I think the word is valuable as a sons, obviously, because the fact is gender sensitivity still remains an issue, which is a fact of matter. Civilizationally, historically, we've had issues where parents never treated their girls as powerful and as good, as valuable as the boys were. So boys were always said they're the preferred gender for obvious reasons. We'll come to those reasons. So now let's go to your questions and answer them. Begin with your questions, please. Who's monitoring the questions? Is Prachi, you mentioning? Ashi, whoever?
Yes, she.
Yes, ma'am, I'll be monitoring the questions.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, the first question that we had from the audience was, like, could you please share your thoughts about starting the two NGOs? Like, what were the initial problems you faced when you had started your profession, and how the scenarios have been changed as compared to the earlier times?
To be honest and to be frank, I faced no problems. I'll tell you the reason. When I say I faced no problems, because I grew up like the boys. So would you ask this question from the boys? Would you ask this question from a man, a boy who joined the Indian Police Service? Then you can say, yeah, you can ask him. Then he'd probably say, I don't know what he'd say. In fact, it's an interesting question to ask an IPS male officer. I said I didn't face any, but the reason, because I grew up equally. I grew up bravely. I grew up courageously. I grew up assertively. I grew up decision-making. I grew up making my choices. I grew up healthy. I grew up supportively. All these things make, I grew up as a tennis champion. I was a champion of my time. Many boys were not champions. I was both a national champion and an Asian tennis champion. I used to play every day. I used to cycle every day. I used to be mobile every day. I traveled all over the country. I was like any other boy, but better than the boys, given equal opportunities and even better. So I had no difficulties. Difficulties were with the people. People accepting a woman in uniform at such a high position. I didn't have. I knew I could deliver better than anybody else. Why? Because I had my heart at the right place. I didn't join the Indian Police Service for a job. I joined it to serve as a missionary zeal and as a patriot, and loving my uniform. I loved it all. I loved my decision. I was fit. I had the stamina. I had the endurance. I had the patience. I had the courage. I had it all. The boys considered what boys have. Boys have or boys don't have. I don't know. Some have, some don't have even this, but it's hidden. You don't ask this question to the boys because it's hidden. We presume they're born courageous. We presume that they have got stamina. We presume they got more physical fitness. We presume that they are courageous. We presume that they can work harder. We presume that they are secure. They're not afraid. We presume that. Whereas in girls, we presume, would they have the stamina? Would they have the courage? Would they be fearless? Would they be mobile? Would they be afraid of getting out at night? See, one presumption is for, and the other presumption is against. But I had neutralized it by my upbringing. And my upbringing credit goes to my parents, goes to my teachers, and goes to myself. 3 in 1. Parents give you, teachers teach you, but it is you who have to imbibe it and live it. So I was imbibing the education which my parents were giving me. And what was the education my parents were giving me? That you're not less than anybody else. You're equal. You look differently. You're a girl, right? You have a girl, you have a biologically different look. But inside your mind, you're the same. It's up to you what you feed in. You feed out. You feed fear, you become a coward. You don't nutrition well, you become physically weak. You don't invest into yourself, you are less, you're deficient. See, you are miser on your food and suffer. You don't have that much energy. Or your parents save on your nutrition. They have women with anemia deficiencies. So it all depends. I had none of these because my parents made no difference. So that's the answer. You asked me what difficulties? No, I didn't. Others had. And who were the others? It is the people who were not sure whether woman will deliver. People did. My relatives, my friends, but my close friends were confident because they knew who I was when I was studying with them. They knew ye to yahi karegi. इसको पता है क्या करना है, ये तो छोड़ेगी नहीं किसी को, गलत बात टॉलरेट नहीं करेगी, ठोक देगी, अगर कोई चढ़ेगा तो ये भी ठोकेगी, ये रोके घर नहीं जाएगी, हाँ, ये अपनी बात सही करेगी, हिम्मत नहीं हारेगी. So it is the society had a problem, people had a problem, men had a problem, many women also had a problem. It is society. Society is made of men and women. Women had a problem. Oh, अब चोर को कैसे पकड़ेगी? Encounter कैसे करेगी? इसको तो चोर उठा के ले जाएगा. इसको तो चोर रेप कर देगा. See, they had a problem. I didn't. So your question could be, ma'am, what are the problems others had because of you being? Your question could be, what are the others? And I would say, others were afraid. Others were not confident whether a woman will be in uniform, save them. Right? And how can a woman deal with the men? Whereas I could take the woman by the man with the collar and hit him. Hit him. If he is misbehaving, I could box him on his nose, box him, break his teeth if he was misbehaving. I was taught judo karate to do this, to protect, not to attack, but to defend. So if somebody hits me, I could put my fingers into his eyes straight away. I was trained. This is how you can put your fingers into his eyes. He's gone blind. Or you handle a weak point from here, hold him by the neck here, he's finished. So I was trained. But men and women of the society did not know my training. They did not know my stamina. So the question here, Ashi, is not what are the difficulties I had. I would have had difficulties if I had not gone groomed, educated, skilled, trained, physically fit, mentally strong. I would have had a problem. So that answers your question.
I agree, ma'am, that if we change the presumption and change our mindset and work on a stronger upbringing, we can face any challenges. A brave mindset and a motivated heart can achieve anything. Ma'am, nowadays, like the trading technology, there is very much advancement in it. And they have made the world a more connected and interdependent place. So how does globalization impact gender equality?
It is making you all the more equal. You have access to everything on a button. Nothing deprives you. This is not for women, this is for girls, and this is for boys. Technology has made it all neutral. It's anybody who reads. It's like a library, no more for girls and no more for boys. It's a library. It's a world is a library today. And at the touch of a button, you can learn and learn as much as you want. It does not distinguish between whether a girl is studying or it's a boy is studying. After that, it depends on the girl or the boy, how much she wants to take and get qualified. That's why you see in the world of technology, And even in software making, girls are almost getting to become 50%. It's the same brain. It's the same brain. It's the way you use your brain. It's the way you use your brain. Girl or boy brain is not less or no. It's the usage of brain. It's how much you polish it. Polish. You want to polish? Polish. You want to polish? It may be protected by more long hair of the girls, but the brain component is the same. It's the way you feed, the way you think, the way you use, how much you want to use it for, the purpose, all varies from brain to brain. And if the girl is confident with herself, she'll use it more. But if she's hesitant, she's not confident about herself, she will deprive herself unnecessarily. Boys will do better. But at the moment, there is technology has put you on an equal path. So technology has made humanity one. To learn, to teach, to acquire, to listen, to enjoy, everything. And it's free. It's almost free. You don't have to go. You can switch on any good YouTube program or a software or Google. Google doesn't charge you anything. It gives you free knowledge. So girl or a boy, it doesn't say, are you girl or a boy? It doesn't say that. And are you rich or poor? Are you from one continent or the other? Are you young or old? Even the child can access today. It doesn't even ask you age, except if you're going for wrong sites, then it'll ban. But good knowledge is free today. The sky is the limit for anybody today. It only depends on the time, because the time is limited. You get only 12 hours or 10 hours of energy in a day. After sleeping, eating, bathing, etc., etc., you get about just 8 to 10 hours of active life. Rest is all sleeping, 8 hours of sleep, 2 hours of food and bathing, 10 hours gone. So you're left for 14 hours. In 14 hours, you also have your food 3 times a day. So active hours are just about 10 to 12 hours. How do you use your 10 to 12 hours is what makes the difference between the one boy and a girl anymore now. Technology-wise, equal. And then also choosing which site you want to watch. You can use it for technology for films. You can use it for garbage, and you can also use it for diamonds. It depends on what you want to mine. You can mine garbage and you can mine diamonds. It's up to you. Okay, next question.
That's true, ma'am. Technology and globalized advancements have rapidly equalized the gender equality ratio.
Yeah.
All genders who carry the willpower to advance have shifted to an equal place. That is the power of technology that we are living in, where our differences are diminishing and we are achieving the rights of what we have always deserved.
Yeah.
Now, ma'am, workplace is a very crucial place which allows an individual to learn, grow, and prosper. What will you suggest to companies in addressing the gender divides and representations?
It depends on the recruiter, what he wants. Depends on the office manager. Depends, like for government. Government is clearly making reservations, saying we want more women. Government is making reservations in certain categories for affirmative action, to upscale deprived sections, to encourage more women, girls joining in, like the panchayats. Panchayats, they know women will not stand for election or campaign for themselves. So they make a reservation of 33%. Bihar says 50% of the, so this is reservation. The workplace, that's called the village rural workplace. The corporates, to have more value for their share, are looking for diversity, and they're looking for inclusivity. And they're recruiting people with a particular set of skills. And they feel that the certain set of skills is much more with women than in men. And in leadership qualities, research establishes that 80 to 90% score higher in certain leadership qualities, which is women. Now, research is helping them to understand having more qualified professional women, trained women, academically sound, having them as a part of the office is better for the workplace than having only men or only women. Coming together of skills of men and women, it helps the workplace in thinking diversely, bringing more different cultural backgrounds, ideas, skills. So it depends on the person who's heading it. What does he want? If he wants inclusivity, he'll also look for diverse regions. He'll not have all North Indians, all South Indians, all East Indians. He will want people from different regions also. So you have come with different sets of value systems, also cultures. So it depends on the person who's heading the office. Like, for instance, when I was Lieutenant Governor Puducherry, there were only men in the cabinet. There were no women. What did it show? Only men. There was no woman cabinet member. Why? Why don't you have a woman cabinet member? They didn't have it. It was their mindset. They were afraid to have a woman because a woman may not fit their bill. A woman may not toe their line, maybe. Or they thought they were better than the women. So it's a mindset. Nothing stops them from. It's not that women were not elected as MLAs. They were. But they did not swear in any woman in the cabinet and gave her any portfolio. They let them be. So it depends on the man, the cabinet, the chief minister, the party. So it depends on the leadership. If they want more diversity, they will identify capable women. If they want closed door, locked, all one thinking, all together in one way of working, then they will not have an intruder. And the intruder will be a woman. For them, at that time, a woman will be an intruder, a watcher, and it breaks their unity of purpose, which can be dishonest, and it can be honest. I do not know. Varies from place to place. Okay.
Coming together definitely helps working diversely and brings in much more productivity. And ma'am, since we are talking about workplace, we see that there are still some industries that do not encourage women to work. So what?
Who?
Ma'am, like in some industries, we see that there's
in some what?
Industries.
Industries. Yeah.
We see that preference is still given to men as compared to women. So, like, what are your views about this, and how can women become more socially and economically empowered?
Women, you have two different questions, Ashi. One is second, part two, I'll answer part two. Just remind me for the part two. But part one is industry. I think, again, I said, it depends on the chairperson or the founder of that industry, or the manager of that industry, or the owner of that industry. Supposing they think it's a construction work, very heavy lifting, very heavy lifting, and they think muscle power is more important, then obviously they will prefer men. But that's because of work related, where they need muscle, like a truck driver, or JCB driver, maybe. Unless the woman is specially skilled for it, or orientation of the man is natural. So why would he not prefer a natural man with more muscle power, bronze, and can do a JCB and an earth remover and things like that? It's not that the women can't do it, but men are naturally oriented towards it. Let them. So it doesn't mean that they're anti-men, but because the work is so related. Supposing it requires a work which both can do very comfortably, and then also if the employer does not recruit women, then it's a conscious choice he's making. He's not comfortable with the women. He doesn't want women to be present because some of them may go for maternity leave, or some of them may go for home care, Some of them may go for elder care because they don't have home support. He doesn't want that. He'll not recruit. So it all depends on the policies and the mindset of the employer. One, work-related, which is maybe very, very brawnish and muscle-oriented. The second is, no, it doesn't require more of muscle and brawn, but it requires mind and body, heart and mind, mind and heart and soul. Then he's depriving them because he doesn't want women to be missing out on work because they will have natural social family responsibilities as well. So he doesn't like it. He doesn't recruit. But another person who loves it, who likes it, and who's willing to have diversity because he values what women bring to the table, he'll have both. So it varies in the industrial world from person to person, company to company. Now, you say, how can we empower economically and socially empowered? Empowerment is in the hands of parents, teachers, universities, if they upskill them, and in the women themselves, that they want to work outside their homes. If they want to work, only stay at home, even if they're qualified, it's their choice. It's their preference. But if they want to work out of home, from outside home, and earn for themselves and express themselves professionally, then the role of the industry and responsibility comes in to give them an opportunity. Or the women open their own companies. They become employers themselves and they employ women. It depends on them. So it depends on society, social milieu, as well as themselves. They can start their own work in the group of companies, in the group of friends. They can do a startup. They can create work from home. They can work from workplaces wherever they are, and they can form cooperative. Many self-help groups exactly doing that. Many self-help groups in rural areas and groups in urban areas have come together, taken loans from the government, skilled themselves, and doing cooperatives, women cooperatives. Isn't Anand a big women cooperative? And male, it's a cooperative. Primarily, isn't Seva an organization which is all women driven? They've empowered themselves by self-help groups. A group of 10 women loan, borrow, create, market, sell. They've empowered themselves. So it can be self-empowerment also, and it can be employment from outside also, and it can be individual also. I run a lot of training programs from my Navjyoti India Foundation. I am training in rural empowerment, women empowerment in urban and rural areas. I see them. They're coming individually to learn. They're also getting collectively to form groups, and they're earning for themselves. They're getting organized as federations, and they earn, and they self-employ, and they employ others. They employ others. They employ men and women. They open their own shops. They earn money to educate their sons and daughters. So it all depends on so many factors. Opportunities by outside, training opportunities from within, and women getting organized by themselves. So many reasons by which, and fourth, most important, is that what they want. They want to earn, they'll find their way. They'll find their way, right? And today there are many opportunities of doing small business, and the government opportunities are abundant now to start. Like the Mudra scheme gives any woman, any person starting, particularly a woman, 5 lakhs interest-free loan, security-free loan. Start your business. Start your business, called the Mudra scheme. So women should know from the websites what are the schemes available for them, and start business small, and they can grow small and medium gradually. So they must know, but they will know only if they want. Yeah, wanting is important. And then the family support is important. The family also backs up. She wants to work, family supports. Family includes the husband most of all, and the family of the husband supports them. And then the children also want their mother to earn. So it's a family support. The elders also want the woman to work. She herself wants, elders also want, or what is important is work or marriage. So she makes a choice. I don't want to marry, or I want to postpone motherhood because I want to work. It's all her choices as well. She has to make these choices. What does she want? She wants to have a lot of children? She can. No, she wants to work? She can. She wants to have children and work? She can. And she must. The family has to support also, because she is the one who's the mother, who's producing children, and mother children look for the mother. So many factors play a role in a woman becoming economically and socially empowered. Next.
Ma'am, gender-based violence still prevails in the society. So, like, could you tell us some of the factors that actually promote it and how it can be stopped?
The upbringing of the boys is the most important factor. Is the way the boys are brought up, the way the boys are educated, and the dropout boys left on their own. So it's back to parenting, where the parents are afraid of the boys, and the boys scare the parents. कि चले जाएंगे छोड़ के आपको, अगर हमको रात को पूछोगे कि कहाँ से आ रहे हैं, हमको क्यों पूछते हो? तो लड़कियों को तो कहते हो 8 बजे रात को आ जाओ, लड़के को बोलते हैं अरे रात को आ जाना, चाहे शराब पी के आना, और आके गाली गलोच करना. That's a parents, because parents are scared. Parents think कि वो हमारा बड़ा होके हमको रोटी पानी घर देगा, तो उससे डरते हैं वो कि कहीं हमें घर से बाहर ना निकाल देगा. पेरेंट्स अगर अपने बच्चों को लायक बनाए, लड़कियों को सही संस्कार दे, तो वो लड़की को क्यों छेड़ेगा? उसका दिमाग खराब क्यों होगा? It's a parenting. The way the mothers and fathers bring up their children, boys, the way the grandparents invest on their grandsons. So if they think the boys तो हमारे बुढ़ापे की लाठी है, बुढ़ापे का सहारा है, तो फिर वो धमकाता है, वो डराता है, वो ब्लैकमेल करता है. और कोई गारंटी क्या है? गारंटी क्या है? वो अपना घर बना के कहीं दूसरे शहर चला जाएगा तो क्या करोगे? तो पेरेंट्स का एक ही तरीका है, उसको अच्छी शिक्षा दो, अच्छे संस्कार दो, और रूल दोनों लड़कियों और लड़कों के लिए 10 बजे घर आओ वापस, खाना एक मिल के खाएंगे, आवारागर्दी नहीं अलाउड. छोटी उम्र से करो, छोटी उम्र से, बड़ी उम्र नहीं, छोटी उम्र से आवारागर्दी नहीं करनी. आवारागर्दी पर कंट्रोल लड़कों का छोटी उम्र से होना चाहिए. जब अगर आपने आवारागर्दी पर कंट्रोल कर लिया तो आवारागर्द नहीं बनेगा. और ये जो डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस सिर्फ आवारागर्द करते हैं, समझदार लोग नहीं करते. और आवारा लड़के माँ बाप की वजह से बनते, सिमिलरली स्कूल से, सिमिलरली यूनिवर्सिटी से. उनको पता चल जाता है कौन बदतमीज है, कौन बदतमीज है, बदमाश है, कौन सा आवारागर्द है, कौन सा गुंडा है. सो गुंडों को ठीक करना टीचर का भी काम है. उनको काउंसलिंग करना, उनको संभालना, ये टीचर का भी काम है. टीचर ये नहीं कह सकता ये उम्र से, वो तो भाई स्कूल छोड़ के चला जाएगा. पीटीए करना, पेरेंट टीचर एसोसिएशन करना, घर की विजिट करना, लड़कियों को भी समझदार बनाना, एज टू बी बेटर सिस्टर्स. फैमिली कंट्रोल बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. अगर आपने फैमिली डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस या सोशल वायलेंस खत्म करनी है, तो लड़कों को आवारागर्दी से दूर रखना. ये पेरेंट्स का काम, स्कूल का काम, टीचर्स का काम. अगर कोई लड़का ड्रॉप आउट होता है, घर पहुंचो, उसके पता करो क्यों गया. हाँ, ये ज्यादा स्मोकिंग करने लग गया, या नशे की लत में चला गया, या काम करने लग गया, तो अच्छी बात है, काम करने लग जाओ. तो पता तो करो एज ए टीचर कैसा है, क्यों है. आवारागर्दी बच्चों को, लड़के और लड़कियों के लिए रूल 1, रात का खाना मिलके खाएंगे, सब जने मिलके खाएंगे, टाइम से 8:30 बजे घर वापस, सब जने. नहीं तो दरवाजा बंद, जाओ बाहर सड़क पे सो, जाओ बाहर जाके खाना खाओ. एक बारी बंद करोगे, दूसरी बारी, तीसरी बारी, चौथी बारी टाइम से आ जाए. और अगर आवारागर्दी जाता है तो जाए, क्योंकि उसने अगली बारी आपका ही नाक कटवाना है. So you have to handle parenting. Okay, next.
From your views, we understand how crucial it is for parents as well as the teachers in shaping the growth of not just boys, but all the children. So, ma'am, the next question that we have from the audience, from Mr. Praveen Kumar is, don't you think that issues with gender bias are not just male-driven? In many societies, elderly females also feel such views. What do you think is the root cause for it?
The grandparents are a part of history. Grandparents belong to earlier generations. And if they're still not changing, they still think the girl is a migrant. इस पर invest मत करो, क्योंकि इस पर जो लगाओगे दूसरे के घर जाएगा, नाम भी बदल जाएगा, प्रॉपर्टी भी ले जाएगी, ये तो हमारी माइग्रेंट है, तो वो उस पर इन्वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहते, क्योंकि खुद माइग्रेंट थे ना, खुद भी तो माइग्रेंट थे। लेकिन अगर हम अपनी अपब्रिंगिंग ऐसे करें कि कोई माइग्रेंट नहीं है, लड़का भी माइग्रेंट है, जब वो अमेरिका चला जाता है पढ़ के, तो माँ बाप को पीछे छोड़ जाता है अकेले, बूढ़े माँ बाप को ओल्ड एज होम में भेज देता है, माइग्रेंट नहीं है वो। तो पेरेंट, लड़की हो या लड़का, इन्वेस्टमेंट एट द राइट टाइम इन एजुकेशन इज क्रिटिकल। आगे क्या होगा भगवान जाने, लेकिन बच्चों को प्रिपेयर करो। अगर बच्चों को जन्म दिया है तो उनको ठीक से परवरिश करो, लड़का हो या लड़की। तो ये उनकी थिंकिंग पुरानी है और वो अपना दिमाग लगाते रहते हैं, उसी को वॉश करने के लिए यंग आज मॉडर्न पेरेंट्स को करना पड़ेगा। और टीचर्स का रोल बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि टीचर की बात सुनते हैं। फिर पीयर प्रेशर, पीयर ग्रुप, सो आपस में स्कूल में डिस्कशंस, असेंबली लाइंस, राइट मैसेजेस, रोल मॉडल स्कूलों में कॉलेजेस में बुलाते रहना, उनको इम्पैक्ट करते रहना, फिल्म ऐसी दिखाना, एसेज, पढ़ाई, हाउ डू प्रेजेंट गेम्स, सब कुछ ऐसी रोल प्ले करे जिसमें वो उनकी थिंकिंग को चेंज करे। तो राइट थिंकिंग को चेंज करने के लिए एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस का बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है। जहां घर में नेगेटिविटी है, और ये नेगेटिविटी किस घर में है पहचानना भी टीचर का रोल है। आपका काम टीचर का सिर्फ यही नहीं रोल है डिग्री दे देना और पढ़ा देना, काम के लिए छुड़वा देना, लेकिन काम कैसा करेगा, जिंदगी कैसी व्यतीत करेगा, फैमिली रिलेशनशिप उसके कैसे हैं, ये भी आपका काम देख को लिए तैयार करना। यू हैव टू टीच देम द आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग, व्हाट इज लाइफ अहेड, ये सिखाना बहुत जरूरी है। लाइफ स्किल सिखाना, सो टेक्नोलॉजी सिखाओ, पढ़ाई सिखाओ, लेकिन लाइफ स्किल सिखा दो ना, उसने यूज करनी है जिंदगी भर। जी, नेक्स्ट वन।
And the next question we have from Dr. Akhil Bangiwal is, do you think special legislations for women's rights may lead to misuse of these law by women?
Well, poorly educated woman will, insecure woman will abuse, but that doesn't mean she's not taught. कोई भी कानून में लॉपसाइडेड होता है, झूठा केस दर्ज करा देना होगा, गंदी इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो जाए, जज से डिले ट्रायल होना, विटनेसेस विन ओवर करना होगा, दैट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ सोसाइटी, बट दैट डज नॉट मीन दैट वी डोंट एजुकेट आवर वुमेन इक्वली ऑफ देयर राइट्स। Some will benefit because they will be able to assert their rights, and some will cross the line and abuse it. That's obviously every society has always a small fringe element which will abuse its rights, men or women. But that doesn't mean you don't teach them the law and don't teach them the rights. They have to be taught, but rights must be taught with sense of responsibility. जैसे फंडामेंटल राइट सिखाते हो, साथ ही डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसी भी सिखाओ। ये है तुम्हारे फंडामेंटल राइट्स, लेकिन याद रखना एवरी फ्रीडम कम्स विद अ सेंस ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। सो फर्स्ट सिखाओ ड्यूटीज, फिर दिखाओ राइट्स। पहले राइट्स मत सिखाओ, पहले ड्यूटी सिखाओ, पहले उनकी ड्यूटी सिखाओ, उनके कर्तव्य सिखाओ, कर्तव्य सिखा के अब सीखो, अब अपने अधिकार समझो। लेकिन अगर आप अपने ड्यूटीज अच्छी तरह निभाओगे तो राइट्स सुरक्षित हो जाएंगे। लेकिन अगर आप राइट्स की बात करोगे तो लड़ोगे, लेकिन अगर आप जिम्मेवारी की बात करोगे तो शांति से रहोगे, क्योंकि हर आदमी तुम्हारे राइट्स को प्रोटेक्ट करेगा, ना कि तुम कहो मेरा राइट मेरा राइट। कहोगे मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, तुम्हारे राइट्स मेरी जिम्मेवारी, मेरे राइट्स तुम्हारी जिम्मेवारी, तुम्हारे राइट्स मेरी जिम्मेवारी। तो राइट्स तो देगा, क्योंकि आपको मिलेंगे, खींचोगे नहीं। यू नॉट स्नैच राइट्स, you will get your rights because of responsible society. Okay. Next.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, young people, they have the ideas, creativity, and energy to shape a better world. We are full of thoughts, and through innovation and imagination, they are problem solvers. So, according to you, what steps or measures should we, as the youth of country, take in creating the right kind of gender-sensitive environment?
Gender sensitivity will come for respect for exercise of responsibility, because then it's not just responsibility toward gender, it's responsibility towards humanity as a whole. आपकी एक sense of responsibility बढ़ जाएगी towards environment, towards all life which is environment. You learn respecting life, which includes woman, which includes animal, which includes a plant, a flora and fauna. Then you become a responsible citizen, not just gender. Anybody who's honest is honest for all. Anybody who's non-violent is non-violent for all. Anybody who is kind for all. Is not kind for women, not kind for plants. He is kind for all. So kindness, compassion, empathy, honesty, truthfulness, good behavior, responsible behavior becomes you. And obviously, women get their due respect. But a violent man will not bother किसको मारना है, जब गुस्सा आया मार देंगे, औरत हो या आदमी, क्योंकि violent आदमी है. So if you create better human beings, then it is respect for humanity, for life, for behavior, good character people. So the only guarantee for even women's rights is good citizens, good citizenship. Teach good citizenship as you educate yourself in the classes.
Ma'am, could you please share your experience or story as an IPS, which may encourage our audience towards a better gender-sensitive environment?
I am human sensitive. I am sensitive to the needs of the people. I have risen above gender. I am now for humanity. मेरे लिए तो दुखी है, चाहे औरत है या आदमी. अगर दुखी है, उसको कुछ आराम चाहिए, relief चाहिए. That's the thing. It's different. More women may come, but men also come. I am a person sensitive. I'm no more gender sensitive. Oh, women, men. For me, men and women, anybody in need is my responsibility. I have to be kind to all. So when I used to do an open house in Lieutenant Governor's office, regularly as Lieutenant Governor, 2 घंटे दफ्तर खुला रहता था किसी के लिए भी. Men also came, women also came. I heard both. And whoever needed me more, the LG's office was given. For me, it was not man or a woman. It was need-based. Who is in need of governance more? Who is in need of government scheme more? Yes, I can understand the woman's more because I'm a woman. But I can understand human pain because I'm a human being. So if you're pain sensitive, if you're need sensitive, then you are for humanity. You're not only for men or women. That's why men also welcomed me. The LG's office felt very good. They felt very secure. And it's also not age. I'm not youth or I'm not senior citizen, anybody. So it's a need. I was need sensitive and I have to be. When as a police officer, and I'm also for all. I don't have any biases for or against anybody. I will listen to all and then serve. I will not look at who is where, from where, whether speaks my language or whether follows my faith. No, I have to be just. It's justice. I'm justice related. Right?
That is a very important thing to learn from you, ma'am, because humanity lies above all issues. At the end of the day, men or women, we all are humans, and our primary goal should be becoming more empathetic and kind to all the humans around us. Ma'am, since we were running out of time, this was the last question. First of all, I must say that you are an inspiration to us and to the society because you consider gender above the all. And your talent and acquisition, it is something that we all admire. So, right, now I request Dr. Akil Banglawala, sir, to present the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ashi. Thank you. Thanks a lot. It was nothing less than mesmerizing listening to you, madam. I have been listening to a lot of your videos, live discussions on television, and imagine may I get a day when we'll be interacting one-on-one. So this is the opportunity. So I just wanted a single question, if Ashi permits me, for half a minute. Ma'am, there is this ugly scene of honor killing happening all around all the time. And my observation says at times, again, women are more victim to this kind of activity. I cannot have no words to quote what kind of activity it is. So what are your comments on this?
Well, these parents are coming from outdated backgrounds. They are all for their own self community. See, so they're coming from outdated, ignorant, uneducated, illiterate backgrounds. Nothing can alter them but awareness about. The more, that means the program, the onus is on the panchayats, the rural bodies, the Mahila Mandals, the Panchayati Raj system, the Panchayati officer, to constantly hold Panchayat sessions, to teach, to make them aware. But once they are but nothing can change them if you are so entrenched in your caste, in your creed, in your faith. It can be, you are rigid about it, you're not willing to change. So they will go to any extent. Therefore, such people need exemplary punishment. When people are afraid, then you can only either change them or scare them. So the message should be, you do this, then you spend the rest of your life in jail. And maybe you die in jail. So I think that fear of getting caught and spending the life in jail will scare majority, but still you will have 1% saying, "Main to jaunga jail mein, lekin tujhe maar ke jaunga." Ye bhi ho sakta hai. That 1% will still say that because of their rigidity and very closed-minded. So you have all kinds of brains which open up also and which shut also. And you don't have the key. The only key is now send them to jail. But you can only make them an example for the rest of the society by punishing them faster and sending them for life term in the jail.
Thank you, ma'am, for your comments. So my takeaway for today, listening to Honorable Bedi madam, was be human sensitive, be need sensitive. So if I talk of my point of view, I would be, it would be a time when we probably will not be talking at all about gender, gender sensitivity. The society will rise above all these things and we'll talk about more sensitive issues, the human factors, the need factors. That will be the day which we should look for. That will be the brightest day in the society of India probably. So thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot for your time and all the efforts you took in answering all the questions. And I understand you are a very busy person. And we would have loved you to be enough. The day I came to know through Akriti that madam has agreed, my first question was, will she be able to make it to the campus? So we would have love to see you at the campus. But ma'am, we are still keeping our fingers crossed. Some fine day you will have some time for us and come to the campus personally. You are a motivation for girls, not only girls, all students. Still, as on date, also people read your stories, listen to your stories. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. I thank Honorable Director, Madam, for her kind presence. I know she is not passing through a good phase in terms of health, but she agreed to come to the campus just because of this activity. Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you for presenting the welcome note. I thank all the participants, all the faculty members from NMIMS, Indore, and other campuses, all the students and all the participants from outside who took out time, attended this webinar. And I thank you so much for keeping your cameras on, not only at the beginning, but all across the session. Thank you so much, all of you. So I think we had enough takeaways for the day. And we look forward, again, I'll repeat myself, we look forward to a day where the society rises above any kind of discussions even on gender. And one more thing, I would like to request Kiran Madam, if you find some time, someday when you are moving around the city, would like to please request you to come to our campus and grace us with your presence. Thank you so much.
I'm coming to Indore
Yes,
on the 29th of August for a function. For a function, I will share, my office will share the contact who's invited me for this function on the 29th and where the event is. And those are the students, and it's going to be interesting leadership event. It's a good event. So I would suggest that you can circulate it, connect with Mr. Shuklaji, Santosh Shuklaji. I will send you his number. You can share it amongst your students. Then accordingly, he will send you the invites, and students or faculty who wish to come in for that event.
Sure.
It's linked with my book, which I recently released called Fearless Governance, and I think he's circulating it. But 29th August, I will be in Indore. I do not know how much time I will have between coming and going, but students can come and meet me and connect with Shuklaji, and maybe we find some way of connecting with the students exclusive, but they could be part of the event.
Sure, definitely. We are very close to the airport, just for your information. We are just 2 minutes away from the airport. So a cup of tea on the way to your venue can also be enough.
That's a good idea. So you can share this with me, and I'll see if I can snatch out a time. Then I'll love to accommodate you. But one thing I'm committed to is this event.
Yes.
So it all depends on how much time I have between flights and between the event. But if yours is so close by, then it makes life very easy. One can always drop by and then go. I may do that then.
It will be an honor. Thank you so much. Thank you for considering.
Thank you.
Over to you, Ashi.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir, for your humble words. And thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing with us your insightful knowledge. We are deeply inspired by your beliefs as well as the commendable work you do. Now, I request everyone to turn on the cameras so that we can take a few pictures of the session with your bright faces.
So are you there, all of you? Yeah. Good. Barring those last few who were not there even earlier, have not been here. So actually, they have not attended your session. So maybe you can take a shot of that and ask them why.
Surely we'll do that.
Yes, sir. But I've seen them. They're very nice. I think you have had a 80% attendance. 80%. Yeah, I think it's about 80%. Good. But congratulations. It's been very encouraging. Nice talking to young faces. So go enjoy yourself. Make a life of yourself. Make a big deal of yourself. Do your startups. Get together with groups. Begin small. Employment, entrepreneur. आज तो the Prime Minister ने announce किए apprenticeship workshop. 200 apprentice workshops are going on in the country, where the companies are going to hire you people. So learn apprenticeship, become entrepreneurs, become interns, and start your business. Technology is required around the world. So खूब सीखते जाओ. टेक्नोलॉजी का तो बहुत स्कोप है पढ़ने का, सीखने का, क्रिएटिविटी करने का. So you are already a self-employed. You can create your own websites, offer business services, or employed. It's up to you. और as friends, companies खोलो छोटे छोटे 2-3, और इसके लिए सीड मनी भी मिलेगी गवर्नमेंट से. स्कीम देख लीजिए. So you can make a career now. But career के साथ साथ most important is what a good character you are, what good human beings you are. कैसे इंसान हो आप, कैसे अच्छे इंसान हो, एक दूसरे की कदर करते हो, ईमानदार हो, ग्रीडी नहीं हो, झूठ नहीं बोलते हो, सिंपल लाइफ में बिलीव करते हो, माँ बाप की कदर करते हो. ये वैल्यू सिस्टम्स अगर आपके हैं तो जो भी काम करोगे उसमें बरकत होगी. लेकिन अगर ये नहीं है तो जो भी काम करोगे उसमें बरकत नहीं होगी. आप अनहैप्पी रहोगे, क्योंकि wrong means will not need to right ends. Wrong means wrong ends. कभी पकड़े गए तो कभी नहीं पकड़े गए, ये तो चांस की बात. तो अगर आप तंदुरुस्त रहना चाहते हो, खुश रहना चाहते हो, तो नैतिक जीवन पर जाओ. गो बाय मॉरल लिविंग, एथिकल लिविंग. काम करो, पेशेंस रखो, कमाओगे खूब, कमाओगे. पेशेंस रखना बहुत जरूरी है. माउंट एवरेस्ट पे हेलीकॉप्टर से नहीं चढ़ा जाता. माउंट एवरेस्ट से एक एक कदम करके चढ़ा जाता है. माउंट एवरेस्ट पे अगर कोई हेलीकॉप्टर पे होता तो हम सब जने आज तेंजिंग होते. लेकिन वो एक ही आदमी जो फर्स्ट था, जो कि एक एक कदम करके गया सीढ़ी से, और खोदता गया, चलता गया, खोदता गया. उसने ये नहीं कहा मुझे हेलीकॉप्टर दे दो मैं सीधा करूं, हाँ मैं माउंट एवरेस्ट पे झंडा लगा दिया. नो, इट्स एफर्ट वन बाय. सो यू आर ऑल लर्निंग टेक्नोलॉजी, पढ़ रहे हो, लायक बन रहे हो. ये है उम्र आपको सीखने की, कमाने की, सीखने की, और सिर्फ कमाने के लिए नहीं, जीने की. एक दूसरे की मदद करना, एक दूसरे का दोस्ती बनाना, अच्छे सखी. वो मैंने आज मॉर्निंग न्यूट्रिशन में डाला. इफ यू फॉलो माय ट्विटर हैंडल, तो ट्विटर हैंडल अगर आप रोज पढ़ोगे तो आपको मॉर्निंग न्यूट्रिशन मिलेगी मेरे ट्विटर हैंडल से, @Kiran Bedi में. उसमें मैंने आज लिखा है कि किसी के पिताजी ने कहा, आइपोका के पिताजी ने कहा कि अगर तुम मरने वक्त तुम 5 दोस्त भी तुम कह सको कि मेरे ये 5 दोस्त हैं, तो तुम लाइफ कामयाब. जो व्यक्ति कह सकता है मरने वक्त मेरे ये 5 दोस्त हैं, अगर जिंदगी में अगर आपके 5 दोस्त भी अच्छे बन गए तो तुम्हारा जीवन सफल है. सुबह से मैं भी सोची मेरे कौन से 5 दोस्त हैं. सो मेरा कहने का मतलब नहीं 5 या 500 से, लेकिन दोस्ती निभाने के लिए कोई कैरेक्टर चाहिए ना. गैंग नहीं चाहिए, ग्रुप चाहिए, समागम चाहिए, संगत चाहिए. तो ऐसे करो, ये है ट्रेनिंग असली. तो टेक्नोलॉजी तो सीख रहे हो, इसकी जरूरत है, रोटी रोजी है, लेकिन जीवन जीना अलग है. लाइफ पार्टनर्स कैसे सेलेक्ट करते हो, ये बहुत कुछ है. पैसा कैसे खर्चते हो, पैसे की सेविंग कैसे करते हो, कौन सी चीज खरीदते हो, क्यों खरीदते हो, कौन सी चीज खाते हो, कौन सी चीज क्यों नहीं खाते. आई थिंक दीज आर ऑल गेम्स खेलते हो कि नहीं, क्योंकि जब तक आप रिस्की लाइफ नहीं करोगे तो बहादुरी कैसे आएगी. यू गॉट टू टेक रिस्क्स. सो रिस्क. सो आई थिंक दिस वुड बी माय पार्टिंग शॉट्स टिल वी मीट अगेन. ओके, थैंक यू, बाय बाय.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll definitely keep these points in mind and implement the actions suggested by you.
Thank you,
so much.
Ashi. Thank you, Ashi. What class are you in?
Ma'am, I'm studying BTech in 4th year.
BTech in
4th year. Computer science.
Computer sciences. So what are you planning to do?
Ma'am, right now I'm preparing for MBA as well.
Planning for?
MBA as.
Oh, you study further. We'll go and study further. Good. That's a good thing. Good. If you are education oriented, then it's a time to continue with your education. But do internship, do apprenticeships, hands-on experience. Kublo. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Good. Best of luck. And till then, till we meet again. All the best to all of you. Good luck.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time and patience. We are extremely privileged to have you all, and we appreciate the patience that you have shown today. Thank you, everyone, and have a good day ahead.